welcome day 150 on the Appalachian Trail. A beautiful morning indeed. Woke up next to the pond, had the loons making their beautiful songs, and now we are going to hike 18 miles to get into Shaw's Hiker Hostel. Looking so forward to that. So let's get to it. So as we're leaving the shelter this morning, or getting ready to leave the shelter this morning, Green Bean rolls in, and I guess she's already done 4 miles from where she camped last night. And she goes, "Did you get my message?" I said, "What message?" She had left a message with some sticks and some bark on the ground on the trail that said, "Happy birthday, sis." And I didn't see it. I'm so mad at myself. Oh my gosh. Sometimes when you're hiking, you kind of get in the zone and, you're not paying attention. Which is crazy because, I'm staring at the ground the entire time. I guess I just didn't see it, but thank you so much, Green Bean. That was such a sweet gesture for you to do that. I wish I would have seen it because I totally would have taken a picture of it. Anyway, I'm so glad our paths crossed and I got to meet you, and you're just such a beautiful and wise woman. So thank you for the birthday wishes. Okay, we've done 1 mile. This is the trail. Okay, we are 2 miles in now. We're crossing the river, or stream, not a river. Oh, my shoe's stuck on there. Okay, this is the trail 3 miles in. It's been more rocks. Well, not just cleared up, but it had been more rocks. Still a lot of roots. And not much elevation. Oh, here's more rocks. If you're just watching this, I work in my, real life as a chaplain. Anyhow, as a marketplace chaplain for some companies. And so anyway, my chaplain boss watches my videos. And so he knows that I'm drawing near to the end of my journey. And so I get an email asking, about, the companies that I want to come back and serve. So he sends me a list of companies. And so now I guess it's time for me to start thinking about, going back to the real world. And so that's kind of what I've been doing the last 3 miles, or the first 3 miles of this day, has been thinking about, okay, what am I going to do when I go back to the real world? How much am I going to work? And yeah, so I guess I need to start making a list of things that I need to be doing, because that's going to be coming up pretty soon. So that's kind of, what I've been working through in my brain as I'm hiking this morning. It's kind of weird. Anyway, just thought I'd share that. We'll see what the next 3 miles holds. Alright, this is the trail at 4 miles. Still pretty rocky. And beautiful. Okay, and here's the trail at 5 miles. Absolutely gorgeous. I think I hear the little river/stream that we're going to be crossing in a little bit, if it's the same one. A pretty little stream. Hey, I think we have reached our little stream crossing. Doesn't look deep. This Dragon's the expert water forder. We're gonna let her lead the way since she forded the Nola, Chucky, and Irwin. A long time ago. Seems like eons ago. Is it cold? It's gonna be feeling so good on our feeties and legs. It'll feel good on our legs.
It is cold.
It is cold. That's what that sober told us. Just pretend like we're paying for like some cold plunging. My cold plunge, they have you do it in 3 minutes. So if we could like get across here in 3 minutes, that'd be great. Okay. Should we buy you some Crocs? Are you going to the Blaze? If you go to the Blaze, I'll go to the Blaze with you. Okay. All right, if that's what you did. Yeah. All right. Yeah. You did it! Yeah, we did it! Yeah. Alright, crossed the little stream, taking a little break, had me a Three Musketeers and some cheese crackers, and we're almost 6 miles in, and our next crossing is in, I guess, around 5 miles, but, so we're about a third of the way through the day, so, yeah, we're doing pretty good. Those are interesting. I've never seen those before. Let's take them up. Are you gonna fire those up and make us eat them?
I'd like to. If they're good, you don't have to make work.
I feel bad. I should have just picked those and brought them anyways. For her. She looked like she really wanted them. Oh. I really don't know anything about wild mushrooms other than morels. You know, I know about morels. We love some, you know, wild morels. But that's the only ones I know about. I've seen tons of it. I think it's called a chicken of the woods. Is that it? You know, I've seen that a bunch. But I've never had it. Never tried it. And the last time we saw that, Dragon really wanted to pick it, and I kind of discouraged it and felt bad for that. And now here's this supposed chanterelles, which, you know, you hear about. It's supposed to be really good. And Stitch was saying they didn't look good, but I don't know anything about them. So, but probably could have just picked them anyways, and we could have looked it up when we got to the Shaws and found out for sure. Oh well. Darn it. I guess if we come across some more, then I'll just pick them. But it's too far back now for me to run back and get them. Yeah, too far back. Yeah, okay. Gotta keep hiking. Here we are on my lake. Alright, we're about a little over 9 miles in now, halfway through the day. Basically, since Dragon picked up that mushroom, or I looked at that mushroom, all I've been doing is thinking about food. So, yeah, you'll have that. So, first thing I was thinking about was, I wonder if we're going to get there in time, Charles that is, to be able to go out to dinner. So that's been, and then think about what is there in Monson to get for dinner. Because that's, important to know. Because I really want to get some good food since I'm going to be stuck in the woods for probably 6 days with just trail food. Or as y'all know, if you've been watching me, snacks. Okay. So then they got me thinking, hold on, I need to climb this. Shouldn't be holding the phone while I'm maneuvering over these rocks and such. Hold on. So this is mile 9. Kind of rocky. Still a nice trail. Okay, where was I? Oh yes. So then that got me thinking, when I started thinking about snack foods, about my next resupply. My last resupply. And then, wow, I can't believe it's my last resupply. And then trying to think, okay, what kind of foods are they going to have at Shaw's? Or is there somewhere close to Shaw's where I can resupply? And do I want to change anything up in my resupply, knowing that I'm going to be stuck in the woods for 6.5 days? And so that's got me going down that rabbit hole. And I don't think I want to make any changes. Many of you have given great suggestions, and I really do appreciate those, trust me. And I've tried many of them. I really have. Like trying to add different types of proteins. And I need you to know that those protein bars and those protein shakes, they had an adverse reaction to my body. And my family noticed it big time. So there's a reason I don't do those. I do try to incorporate nuts, usually in the form of like a cashew bar or a peanut bar or Snickers, and I try to do the tuna or chicken packets at night, I even tried the protein-enriched Pop-Tarts. So I'm just at a point where I don't know that I should change anything up, other than I might add an additional tuna or chicken packet to my dinners each night, and maybe reduce the amount of ramen. I was just trying to, I never did ramen in the beginning, as when everybody else got burned out on it. And so I never did. And I know it has like 0 nutritional factor for you other than all the salt. And so that's kind of why I had it, just because of the salt factor. But I don't know. I think I might need more protein instead, so it might be better to have, the extra tuna or chicken. So, I don't know. I know y'all don't like me eating those little Debbie's in the morning, cosmic brownies or whatever else, but those are really high in calories, and they really help get the day started. I mean, really high in calories. And I tried the honey buns, but my belly didn't like those either. So it's kind of like trying to find what works for your own body, and especially when you're stuck out in the middle of the woods, it's really hard. And so I don't know, but it's really going to depend on what they have at Shaw's. So, okay. Anyhow, so that's, okay, sorry for processing that with you. That's what I've been doing for the last 3 hours, for 3 miles, not 3 hours, 3 miles, is thinking about food and my last resupply. Isn't that fun? Okay, this is the trail at 10 miles. I believe in about a mile we have our next water crossing, our bigger water crossing, where we supposedly have to take our shoes off again. So that might be a good spot after that to take our lunch break. I think we're getting ready to cross that. Okay, so if you haven't noticed, I've been letting you into the brain stew that is my mind as I hike. So the next thing I've been thinking about is during the 100-mile wilderness, not having enough battery to be able to do my videos. And so, because it's going to be 6.5 days, and I want to make sure to be able to have plenty of battery for Katahdin as well. So, what I've been thinking about doing is, what wastes a lot of my battery is charging my phone. So I think one thing I can do is not edit my videos, which takes a lot of my battery on my phone. And I do that every day. And then I upload my videos when I get to town or a hostel. So if I don't edit my videos every day, I'm going to get behind. Because it takes me a while. It takes me, like I said, I don't have 2 hours to edit videos each day. So if I don't do that, I'm going to, when I get down from Katahdin, I'm going to want to party with my family a little bit. But then I'm going to need to really crunch and get some videos edited and upload them pretty quick. So I'm thinking the best way to do this, because I only carry 3 10,000 amp battery banks. And I think that'll get me through. Those 3 will usually get me, I can squeeze out 4 days. If I'm not editing, then I think I can get maybe 6 days. And I might see if Shaw's has another battery bank for me to buy. I'm sure they have to have one. I can buy. I don't want to make my weight too much though, more. So, all to say is I might make a buffer video in between so that you don't miss a day of videos. And I was thinking maybe one of the videos, a buffer video I could make would be like, what's in my pack? Because I haven't done that yet. And compare it to what was in my pack when I started. And give you a spreadsheet of, weights. What was in my pack when I started. What I've let go of on the way. What I've added on the way. And everything that's in it right now. I think we're getting ready to do a little stream crossing, so I should probably jump off and get ready for that. Here's our next crossing. Here goes Butterfly. Here she goes. Okay, big step in. Oh, take the plunge. That's true. I do need to get water. Maybe I should just go get water real quick. Alright. Let's go back. Oh. Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, I realize now that I'm sick.
It's all good. Alright. Are these a Band-Aid? Oh, okay. They're still on. Okay, we just had a really nice lunch at mile 11. And now we are going to hike 7 more miles till we get to Monson, where the hostel is. All right, here we go. There's about 5 miles left, looks like. Okay. Oh well. Could be worse. Okay, so we've talked about, resupply. We've talked about battery life. Those are falling into logistics, and so one logistic that we've been trying to figure out is somehow we have gotten ourselves into a no-go hiking bubble. How did that happen? I don't know. But we're not actually in the bubble. The bubble's way, way behind us. But we've gotten ourselves into a big old friend bubble, which is fun, when we're hiking, because when we get to the hostels and stuff, there's a bunch of us there and we have a good old time. However, when it comes to summiting Katahdin, we're a little concerned about that. So we've been talking about, with each of the different groups. See, our group is called the Dilly Dallies. There's another group of 8 people called the Crew. And then there's another group. I don't think they have a name, but they're good friends of mine. I think they're all in the military of some sort. I know one of them for sure is. And they're a group of 30. And I thought they were a day behind, but I just checked on them and they're not. I think they're going to be at Shaw's with us. And then there's a couple of stragglers that aren't really in a tramily, but they kind of hike alone, but then they get there with us. We all hang out together. So we're all trying to figure out who's wanting to go up when. Because they only let 12 at a time, from what I understand, go up. And you have to be the first one to get to the certain lean-to that morning, the night before, or be there the first thing in the morning. We're going to get there the night before, anyway. So that'll be another thing on our logistics when we get there. Alrighty, last time you saw me, I was about 4 miles away from getting off trail. And, well, I tripped on a root. Good news is I did not fall. But because I did not fall, I overcorrected myself and I pulled a muscle. And I had to get off trail a little bit early. I was able to limp a mile to another hostel, and a very kind gentleman named Zipper gave me a ride to Shaw's Hiker Hostel, where I immediately took some more naproxen and some acetaminophen and put some ice on it. And thankfully I've got a 0-day schedule for tomorrow because it's much needed. And I'm here at this local barbecue place. I'm gonna get myself some protein. Lots and lots of protein to try to help my body heal. So that's where I'm at right now. I am praying that this does not delay my hike, but I'm not gonna limp my way into the 100-mile wilderness either. I have to be 100% before I even attempt going in there. So that's where we're at right now. I'll keep you updated as we go, but yeah, gracious. This was supposed to be an easy day too. I don't know what to say. Alright, I'm going in, sitting down with my family, and we're gonna eat some food. Alright, take care of y'all. Yum. Alright, we're here eating ice cream at the Monson General Scoops. And just thank you so much to April for coming out here and helping us figure out what we're going to do in the 100-mile wilderness, and also treating us to some yummy ice cream. So great to meet her in person, and also just to learn from her experiences. She hiked it last year, was it? Yeah, she hiked it last year. So, all right, so let's enjoy this ice cream and then enjoy our 0 tomorrow. All right, y'all. Well, I'm here at Shaw's after having dinner and ice cream, and I've been laying in bed with an ice pack on my leg for quite a while now, and it's still hurting pretty bad. But thankfully, like I said, I've got a 0 schedule for tomorrow, and I'm just gonna relax and try to take it easy and just let my body heal and reassess tomorrow and see how I'm doing. But any encouragement or prayers, or I could use it all right now, because pretty discouraged to be this close and to have something like this happen. But it's not going to stop me. It just may delay me a little bit. And so I'm processing that, just trying to trust God in the midst of it. And I know everything's going to be okay. All will be well. All will be well. Anyway, you all have a good night, and I'll talk to you early in the morning. Take care, and God bless.